Welcome to Switzerland and some of the highlights of the 2010 Geneva Motor Show, traditionally the first European motor show of the year. With a lot to get through in just 10 minutes, we thought we'd do things alphabetically. Let's start then with A for Abarth, and the Fiat performance brand showed hot versions of both the new Punto Evo and the must-have small cabriolet of 2009, the 500C. Sister company Alfa Romeo had a stand dominated by its new 5-door Giulietta hatchback, which will go on sale across Europe from the summer. Aston Martin showed the Signet in public for the first time. A luxurious interior can't hide the fact that the car is based on the Toyota IQ. It'll go on sale with a rumoured price tag of between £20,000 and £30,000. Talking of luxury, the busiest stand belonged to Audi, who showed the gorgeous R8 Spider alongside a whole host of cars making their world debuts in Geneva.
Well, yeah, as you say, it's one of the busiest stands around, and we've got plenty of stories to tell. A1 is the big news. Everybody's been waiting for it. This is the first time they've seen it. Not only have we got the A1 in its production form, but we've also sprung a surprise with the A1 e-tron, which is an electric car in the vein of the e-trons we've already shown, but with a small rotary Wankel engine to provide extra energy for the battery. So that simply provides, it simply operates as a generator to give that extended range. Of course, that's not all. It's the unveiling of the RS5, and fitting that it is 30 years since we launched the Quattro here at Geneva. And the RS5, you could argue, is in the mould of the original Quattro. Two-door coupe, very aggressive, sporty styling, and a superb powertrain to deliver that performance. Also, we've got, following up the launch, the recent launch of the new Audi A8, we have the Audi A8 Hybrid, which will be going on sale before the end of 2011. So clearly there's a lot of cars which we're launching which are going to be available in the near future, and a few insights into what's coming in the far distance for Audi.
General Motors showed the Ampera, a car powered by an electric motor with a petrol engine that acts as a generator to charge the battery. This car was actually driven for nearly 400 miles to the show to prove the technology works, although UK buyers will first see the system in this car, the Chevrolet Volt. Economical motoring of a different sort was on display at Fiat, with this 500 powered by a brand new twin-air petrol engine. The turbocharged 2-cylinder engine will be capable of over 70 miles to the gallon, so no wonder Fiat were proud enough to display the engine itself in the centre of the stand. Ford, meanwhile, had 2 facelifted people carriers on show, although their stand also contained 3 all-new cars.
Ford has got the new S-Max and Galaxy, which is going to be on sale in Britain in April. We also have C-Max, that comes next in the autumn. And new for C-Max is 7 seats in Grand C-Max, 5 seats in the normal C-Max. And for the 7-seat version, that's rear sliding doors. And behind us is a new Focus. New Focus is coming in early 2011. Off the Focus C-Max platform, we're going to have 10 models. 5-door, which we saw at Detroit earlier this year. We've also announced a performance version of the new Focus. We've only said that it's going to have an EcoBoost engine, but it is coming. Important for us in Geneva is the wagon, the estate version of the Focus. We're showing that here because on the continent, 1/3 of all Focus sales are estate. And in some countries, that's even up to half. In Britain, it's about 10%. And I like the Focus wagon because I think it apes the Mondeo estate slightly. So I think that looks very good.
Honda has shown concept and pre-production versions of its CRZ performance car at other shows. But at Geneva, it finally took the wraps off the production car that's already available to order. Also on the stand, and making its European debut, was this little device, a battery-powered unicycle called the U3X, that Honda reckons could be the future of personal mobility. Hyundai showed off low-emission blue versions of several of its cars, including the newly launched iX35, capable of emitting less than 135 grams per kilometre of CO2. Pride of place on the Jaguar stand went to this long wheelbase version of the new XJ, which reaches showrooms over the next few months. Despite a recent dip in popularity, there were several new 4x4s at Geneva. Kia's latest Sportage received its world debut, as did the first baby Lexus. The H in the CT200's name indicates that it's a hybrid, but fans of more hardcore machinery were catered for with the stunning LFA supercar. Mercedes-Benz has traditionally used the Geneva show to reveal concepts that hint at future car design, and 2010 was no exception. The F800 concept will soon appear in showrooms as the new CLS, although we wonder if the pillarless doors will make it into production. Already signed off for production is the first ever Mini with four-wheel drive. The Countryman expands the Mini range to 4 body styles and features slightly higher ground clearance, a hatchback instead of the Clubman split doors, and at last, proper rear doors with decent legroom for rear seat passengers. Sticking with 4x4s, Mitsubishi featured its new ASX compact crossover that looks like a mix between an Outlander and a Nissan Qashqai. Yet another take on all-wheel drive was on offer at Nissan, although the new Juke will also be available with front-wheel drive when it goes on sale later in the year. To my mind, it's a better-looking car than the other Nissan making its debut at Geneva, the new Micra, which tones down the current car's looks. Peugeot say that the stunning SR1 is purely a design study and will never go into production, although they said that about the RCZ Coupe, and that arrives in showrooms this summer. Another Peugeot concept that'll make it onto UK roads is the BB1 Baby electric car, as it's now been approved for production. Only a matter of weeks ago, the very survival of Saab was in doubt, but now that the Swedish car maker has been bought by Spiker, the company was able to show off the next 9.5. One of the surprises of the show was revealed by Seat. We were expecting to see this, the estate version of the Ibiza called the ST, but we definitely weren't expecting a striking electrically powered concept car.
The IBE concept is something that obviously we kept under wraps. It was a very exciting reveal for us, and it's a very important car. It could be argued that it's a pivotal car for Seat because it shows quite clearly the future design direction of the brand. Head of design Luc Donkervolker has produced a very clear indication of how he sees the future of Seat design, and beneath that revolutionary design, really in our terms, is some revolutionary technology, because it's our first zero emissions full electric car. It's a plug-in car. This is part of a project called Senate Verde, which brings 16 businesses together in Spain to engineer an electric car and create the infrastructure required to deliver electric running in Spain. So I think it shows that we're very, very serious about this part of our business, but I don't think we can put a date on production versions yet.
Some very familiar initials reappeared at Skoda, who announced VRS models of both Fabia hatchback and Combi, or estate models. Electric cars in many guises were a theme of the 2010 Geneva show. Subaru showed several examples on their stand, but it was this gorgeous Tourer concept that occupied centre stage. Talking of concepts, Volkswagen showed off chunky cross versions of both the Polo and the Golf, but the stand was packed with cars about to reach showrooms. The Amarok pickup was one, about to enter a market dominated by the Nissan Navara and Toyota Hilux, while the new Charan and its sliding rear door should quickly become a favourite with families. Last but definitely not least in our whistle-stop tour of the show is Volvo, which launched its new S60 Saloon, described by the company as the most sporty car it's ever produced. It goes on sale this summer. That then is the 2010 Geneva Motor Show in a little under 10 minutes. Concepts, production cars, and the odd design that'll never see the light of day.